And welcome back. It is I, Haskie, your host. How you doing? More Diablo for you. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Save all your outtakes for the comedy reel. I've actually told myself that I want to do that at some point. But at the same time, it's kind of silly because all of my outtakes are basically what you just saw, where I'm just like, "Hey, it's me," and then I'll like fumble with my words, and I'll be like, "All right, screw that one. We're gonna do that one over." Nothing else really happens other than that. So unless having like 50 of those short little outtakes where I just like slur my words randomly right at the beginning of an episode, unless that's like really entertaining, it probably wouldn't be that interesting. That was worth 18,000 gold, that one. Delish. Is this going on YouTube? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, not pretty much. Yes. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I've been recording a lot of YouTube videos recently. That's pretty much all I've been doing. It's been like my one passion in life is just recording YouTube videos. And I realize, and this is really silly, basically what was stopping me from streaming, for the most part, was just that I wouldn't be... Really, I need to like encode this video twice, okay? So I'm recording at 1080. The bitrate is like 7 meg. But I couldn't... Twitch won't accept a stream of that bitrate. The highest bitrate for Twitch is 3.5 meg, which is like 720. And OBS can encode its mix like 2 different times, but none of my computers can encode a 720 stream at the exact same time as it encodes a 1080 stream. It can't do both at once. Like, there's no chance. And for some reason, it never occurred to me that what if I, on this computer, the one that's playing Diablo, I'll encode it at 1080. And then my streaming computer can continue to stream it to Twitch. And I set that up in a couple of minutes the other day, and hi, here we are. So for like the first time in a year, we're streaming. Yay for workarounds. And I think the real reason I didn't think of that being a real possibility is because back when I first started making YouTube videos, you know, like 8 years ago, I used a program called Fraps. Okay. Fraps would it was a screen capture program that would output a file without compressing it. It would be like a gig a minute. Like 10 minutes of video at even like a small resolution was like 10 gigs of space. And what I hated most about Fraps was the input lag that it would cause. Like, if I tried to play a first-person shooter while recording with Fraps, I would just, like, throw up. Like, it was just so awful to me. That's pretty much why I started doing the 2-computer streaming recording setup, because the other computer that is recording or encoding, compressing, whatever you want to call it, is of course, a different computer, and my computer, the one that's playing the game, it has no idea that anything's being recorded. The CPU is not doing that. So, the thought of recording something on the computer that I'm also playing the game on, it was just kind of like automatically put in the back of my mind because of those early Fraps days when recording on the computer that you were playing on was awful. But it was interesting because I started recording with OBS, and OBS is incredibly efficient. It's just like I'm putting some data on the hard drive right now, like a lot, but it's also compressing it, so it's not that outrageous. And wow, that guy died real fast. Was he at full health? How would I compare Diablo 2 to Diablo 3 gameplay? Is Diablo 3 really any better? I would say it's difficult to compare them, really. It's kind of like an apples to oranges kind of thing. I mean, it's still like the same isometric camera view and the skills have the same names, and the collecting of loot and going through the dungeons, like that basic formula is all the same, but like the leveling up of the character and like how you use your skills is like completely different. It's much more casual. Like in this game, when you apply points, it's kind of permanent. It's like semi-permanent. When Diablo 2 first came out, there actually was no way to reset your tree, as far as I know. So like if you like misclicked and you put a point into the wrong spot, if you were serious about like min-maxing your character and you misclicked and you put a skill into the wrong spot, you get to like start over because there's like nothing else you can do. Diablo, you can move your skills around whenever you want. There's like nothing that is permanent in Diablo except for like your level, I guess. So it's kind of weird how that changes things. That guy died again. It's like Diablo 2 is a lot of fun, almost because oh god, we're gonna die. Oh no, get me out! Just because, like, you really have to think, like, before you start playing. Like you can in Diablo 3, you can really just kind of like turn off your brain and just like go like swimming through hordes of enemies, and at certain times that is actually more fun than Diablo 2 for me. I really like, after coming home from a long day of work, just sitting down at the computer and zoning out and just like whirlwinding through just tidal waves of monsters. Like the enemy density in Diablo 3 is actually pretty extreme sometimes, and just, you know, swinging your big two-handed mace and just taking out 50 guys with one swing is pretty satisfying. But yeah, Diablo 2 is much more of you have to think more, I think. That's probably one of the big differences, in my opinion, is you can't just, you have to like plan your build. You have to think about where you're putting your points and all that stuff. And it's not to say that you can't take Diablo 3 seriously, but I mean, I took it very seriously. I was on the leaderboards and shit. Those were good times. But it was also bad times. They were the best of times, and they were the worst of times. I think Shakespeare said that. And like, you know, in Diablo 3, when you die, you just like resurrect. You just like appear like right where you died. And that's not how it used to be. And I'm sorry, I keep thinking about different things to talk about, and I keep going on tangents, but Diablo 3 was actually pretty interesting for me because I played it from the very beginning, and like watching that game change and develop over time was actually pretty entertaining. Like the state that where Diablo 3 is right now is so different from where it was when the game first came out. When the game first came out, it was all about the real money auction house. Like, the game was pretty much designed around that. Like, the high difficulty areas of Diablo 3 were pretty much so difficult that in order to win or be successful in those areas, you pretty much had to go onto the real money auction house and drop $50 or something to upgrade your character to the point where you can actually play the hard parts of the game. And that's just how it was. And finally, the expansion pack came out after years of it being like that. And they got like a new director. What was that guy's name? I want to say Jay Wilson. Was it Wilson? Why does that sound wrong? Anyway, they pretty much fired the guy that was making all these weird decisions. And actually the game has been a lot, not only a lot different, but a lot better since then. What's with games changing after you buy them now? Did I hear about the Final Fantasy 15 update patch? No. However, I don't really know much about Final Fantasy 15 to begin with. We're struggling right now. I need to build a big army before we go back in there. This elite group of these demon guys, they're actually like they're not randomly generated. This pack of enemies is actually always in this cathedral. It's kind of interesting. Like, almost everything in this game is just, like, you know, randomly generated on the spot. But this cathedral is actually pretty static. And I always have trouble with these guys. They're really tough. No, but I don't know anything about the Final Fantasy 15 update. It reminds me of, like, we were just talking about Star Wars Galaxies last night in the chat, and how Sony acquired that game after... Who had it before? Was it, like, NCSoft or something? And Sony bought the game and they, like, completely changed it. It's, like, not even close to the same game as before. And it's like, if you're gonna do that, why not just make your own game? So you don't have to, like... You already have the assets, I guess? You don't have to, like, hire people for animations and whatnot? I mean, I guess that makes sense. They're gonna change the story. Wow, that is interesting. Where am I? Oh my god, they all teleported it. Wow. Wow. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go get my stuff. Oh god, please don't chase me like that. I don't like it. See, I'm hoping that we kind of just, like, drag one or two of the guys over here. Man, I'm spending all of my money resurrecting this dude. I actually really would have thought that the summon resist, like the elemental resistances that we got from our equipment, would have really helped here, but it doesn't appear to be helping. No, don't go in there.
Good day.
Hail to you, champion.
They just want cuddles, yeah. Alright. Let's go win this thing. As I, like, walk to a different area, because I need skeletons. I need the remains of my enemies. God, I was thinking about you the other day, Flutterby. What was it about? It was like something, like someone asked me a question about something. I was like, man, I know who would know that. It was at work too. I don't know what that means, but it was at work. It was at the place of my employment.
What do you need?
You thought about me? Maybe we were thinking about each other at the same time. Man, I just used my town portal. I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. Now I have to walk. And yeah, that was supposed to sound homosexual. Just saying. It wasn't an accident. They needed chat software added to their product. Oh, that's cool. You dusted off HaskieBot. That's right. I remember you making that. That was sick. That whole thing was cool. And then I had my version too. I mean, yours was better, obviously, but... You still need to finish the combat code for that thing. I need to finish the fight mechanics for my IRC bot. Still working on that. Did I end up doing anything fun with the bot code? No, I don't think I have any of that anymore. I don't even know if... Oh my god, I wasn't paying attention. I look up and there's like a demon blowing fire, like... There's like a column of fire, like just going down on showering. Thank you. Okay, so there he is, nice. And he's by himself. Fantastic. Wow, that dude died. God, we deal a lot of damage. Amplify damage is super good. Oh, I have no town portals. Don't need them. We're just gonna beat the game right now. Yeah, I definitely haven't been doing any like bot stuff, but I actually have been doing a... Thank God that cup was not full of more coffee. Please don't die, guy. Please don't die. Thank you. I've been programming with Python like crazy recently. I kind of finally stepped up from just doing like shell scripting, like bash stuff on Linux. And I was like, I should probably start like using an actual programming language, an actual scripting language. So I started with Python, mostly because of like all the Raspberry Pi projects that I've been doing. And I know that the Raspberry Pi plays with Python really well. Don't die! Ugh. Every time. Yes, I am playing Necromancer, yes. You don't know Python, really? It's so... God, Python is so wonderful. Like, I never played with Java or anything. Okay, so like, what programming languages do I know? So I went to school and did a lot of C++. And then I did a lot of like shell scripting in Windows and Linux. So that's Bash and whatever Windows calls it, batch files. But yeah, compared to either of those or all three of those, Python is so readable. Like there's, you know, it's not like, and I think this is like a lot. I think most scripting languages are like this, but there's like, you know, no terminating characters. Like the conditional statements are like super, like Bash, you'd have to like put the square brackets in, and then like all of the what's that term? The comparative operators, is that right? You know, like less than, greater than, they're all the symbols, and you had to have them in the right order, and it's just, there was like the white space problems. You couldn't put too many spaces or too little spaces, but Python is just like, you pretty much just type the words, and I love it. It's probably the first programming language that I've ever played with where I actually remember the syntax. Like, even after playing with C++ for years in school, pretty much any time I ever wrote anything, I'd have to like have notes on the syntax, like right next to me, because there's just no way I would remember otherwise. I would just fail.
What do you need?
Actually, wait, can I show you this? Hold on. I need to show you something. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna put. I'm looking at this really carefully right now because I want to make sure that I'm not like streaming any like sensitive information. But I don't think so. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. So this is just it is just an SSH client connected to a Raspberry Pi that I have over here. And this is a Python script that I wrote. It was originally a bash script that I recently translated to Python. And what this does is it connects to the YouTube API, and it actually uploads all of my videos. So can we look at... Oh, yeah, cool. So, like, my... So, check this out. So, I go edit settings. Let's do this. So, let me save this first. So, I hit 5 on my menu here. And then what it actually does is it just does ls list. It just lists this directory, which is just a directory on the Pi. And these are my save profiles, but they're really just like folders, just because I don't really know how to do things otherwise. So listed above are the current save profiles. Type a name to create. So I'm playing Diablo 2, and it says the save profile it already exists. You want to overwrite? So I just saved it. But the reason I wrote this is so what I do. So like right now we did the last episode was episode 12, and right now we're doing episode 13. So what I can do is I can edit the episodes, and this just opens Nano. But what I'm doing is I'm basically just writing the variables. So like if we look right here, now the title is Haskie plays Diablo 2 part, and then in quotes here, it's 12 to 13. And basically what it does is it will upload, this is a range, so it will upload episodes 12 and then 13. And if I had more episodes, I can make this higher value to whatever I want. I can do 15 or 20, and it uploads everything. And in this video directory, that's where this directory is where the videos are located. This image directory is where the thumbnails are created. I already like pre-made all of the Diablo 2 thumbnails. I made like 100 of them, so I'm good on thumbnails for a good long time. And then it sets the tags. It automatically calculates like how many videos I have backlogged. And so like this video is apparently going to be released on Christmas Day at 2 p.m. And it says scheduled days out 17, and then like the further out I get, the more videos it schedules per day. That's kind of it. So yeah, I would hit number 1, and and it's cool because since it's on the Raspberry Pi, I can set this up and I can hit run, and then I can shut down all my computers, and the Raspberry Pi will work all night and upload everything, and it's good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm thinking about having it check the time. What's up, Asha? Asha? Sorry about the name if I got that wrong. How you doing? Welcome to the chat experience. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm actually pretty proud of this. The only thing, there's a couple of things that I'd like to add to it. Another thing that's cool about this is since it's running, since I have the SSH server running on the Pi, if I'm ever like at work or something and I want to check on the uploads or start uploads or edit the settings, I just bust out my phone and I just use an SSH client on the phone and I connect to it. And with my little keyboard phone, and I can actually like start uploads, stop uploads, do all the settings just over SSH over the internet. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, sorry. The other thing that I wanted to do is I want to put a clock on it, and I want it to upload only when it's a certain time of day. Like right now, I'm not uploading it. Oh, that's still on the screen. I actually minimized it. Like right now, I do not want to upload any videos because I'm streaming, right? If I were to use up all of my upspeed on uploading episodes, then the stream would suffer for it. So I'm just like purposely not running it right now. I would like to make it be aware of what time it is so it can just do that on its own. Could I help you with D2? You're kind of stuck? I can certainly try. I would love to try. But yeah, it's kind of cool to play with that script, because it kind of makes it kind of obvious what moves and what things I need to learn next. Like, I think a next logical step would be to learn about, like, parameter files, I think is what they're called. Like I said, all of my save profiles are really just directories filled with plain text files. Whereas if I did it right, I think I could have any files, like .ini files. And again, I don't know anything about it, but like I could actually list all the variables in a single text file, right? And you can like do searches for variables or something using something. Oh, you kind of suck. I'm so sorry. I totally read over that too fast. I thought you were like actually stuck. I'm like, oh, cool, this person, like, he's stuck on a quest or something. Maybe we can help him out. No, I suck too. But we can certainly suck together. I hesitated on that. I use Yammy, or... Oh my god. It's not YAML? YAML. Okay, notes. Notes. Oh god, there's a chihuahua barking outside. Notepad. YAML. Okay, I'm saving that. Sorry, Ash, I'm not ignoring you. Is there anything that you think I might be able to answer for you? Have any questions? Or just generally, you're not really feeling it? I can't seem to kill stuff after level 10. What character are you playing? I think this fight is going to suck badly. All the corpses are gone. God, that's so annoying. It's like there's like a janitor that just like runs around in the shadows and just like cleans up the remains of all the enemies that I kill. And I hate that janitor, man. You're trying out the Amazon? Man. I wish I knew even a little bit about the Amazon. That's probably, let's see. I think I said the other day that I played the least amount of Sorceress, but I'm pretty sure I've played the least amount of Amazon. Someone actually, I think GoMonk, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's playing a Javelin Amazon, like right now, I think. And I'm sure if he's out there, GoMonk, wherever you are, we need your help. Alright, it's been another half hour. So I'm gonna click this button. If you guys are hanging out in the chat, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just ending this video for editing reasons. Go Monk, as in Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are our only hope. How did that quote go? Star Wars: A New Hope. You know, that old movie.